Alright, as promised, here it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on, I'm trying my best out here. Okay? So, what came out of this, you know, incident or whatever alive is not human, but rather man's creation. See, and although the, whatchamacallit, and although actually led an uprising, this came at a cost, is humans with their technology kind of just genetically uh, made them look maimed in a specific way. But eventually, afterwards, they kind of figured out how to somewhat reverse this, although they couldn't exactly get re-engineer fingers correctly, which they lost here. So now they just have a palm that kind of is similar. Yeah, and that's how they, grasp things, which means they remade tools to accommodate this weird grip. Eventually, they split off into two main groups. And one group wants to go over this way. So let's erase some of this. And yeah, when I made a proof of concept version of this on my phone, I started them out in Atlantis. Then I saw that video, giant flash. I was like, what area is more perfect for this? Lo and behold, it came to. Oh no! Lo and behold, it came to me. Because I was watching the original video and I found out it was like somewhere between Europe and Doggerland. Although Doggerland by this point kind of just merged into Europe. So, yeah, these creations are kind of like, I'm just gonna say, kind of like dog people. Just anthropomorphic dogs, I guess. Of course, as they keep on discovering, this group just wants to go far away. Until they eventually discover what I think here is the Sea of Azov. Yep. So, Yeah, they eventually set up shop around here. See, I'm just going to use those colors to my advantage here. Oh, wait a second. Hmm. So, eventually, more expeditions around here. Yeah, that group just wanted to stay in Doggerland. So, I'm sorry, I'm just slowly losing it. They stopped roughly by the Caucasus Mountains. Explore it. So they discover their way around. So, and I don't know, trying to get something. No, no. They still have like decentish grip strength. Like, I actually say stronger because they just evolved themselves that way. Hold up, I want to check something. Like, I don't know. See how while that pocket is doing its thing, this pocket is splintered off. Into its own factions. Oops. So I'll get rid of this undiscovered layer. Yeah, some more expeditions. Ooh. Eventually they discover what used to be British Isles. Hmm. Yeah. Eventually this group here wants to go out further. See, I kind of just or a portion of them. So really, this purple and gold one here set up like their own mix and just wander east roughly. till Ocean Ho. Essentially, they discover the edge of Eurasia. And they deemed this sort of suitable climate to set up in. Of course, they tried to discover the exact contour of the land. Of course, since they're way too far away to report back here, they just set up shop around here-ish. Of course, they slowly discover more and more before eventually they choose this peninsula. Now, due to the second barrier machine, it's kind of caused the outer planets to go flying off into interstellar space. Mhm. So the known world is kind of looks something like this. I say kind of because not much is known about this route here. Now, more on this. Sorry, it's just my little sister's music got all stucky wucky in my head. See, they attempt to explore and find out that, yeah, that this is the Black Sea. Although they don't call it that, it has its own like name in their languages. Remember, WICSO languages are like, you know, very different from, our world's language. So explore. Basically, right now they're kind of in the explore around phase. Hmm. I just can't. Yeah, it's probably, you it's probably registering on my microphone. I just can't prove it. Eventually, like one of these groups decides that Ireland is a nice place to settle down. Now, of course, they don't know about this. This area is slowly getting discovered, mapped out. So, and hold on. I didn't use that color. Yeah. One of the groups decides here's about a nice place to settle down. Kind of the first empire-ish. This is forming. But eventually these two groups make contact with one another. And yeah, they rediscover one another. Hmm. So yeah, they started all the way here. Of course, continue to find new suitable places to live. No, about their fashion sense. I don't know, they mostly just took humanity's, stuff and integrated. Took humanity's stuff like clothing and integrated to like their fashion sense and whatnot. Of course, one daring group goes all the way south and discovers that, yeah, this thing doesn't go on forever. Yes, I know about those. I'm actually going to use them to my advantage here. So while those guys over in the east are prospering, not much exploration decides to sail south. And they discovered more land. Of course, the only ancient continent they've actually discovered yet. Of course, it's Greece. The only ancient continent actually discovered. These new inhabitants is actually not even technically a continent, but Doggerland. I just figured this out. And this group controls the Bosphorus and Dardanelles, which they don't really understand the importance of. Of course, they decide to just sail the other way, and they find this island and they find that island. So they decide to go over, see what's there, and they find that that's just another route, and they've discovered more of the landmass. So one group just decides to sail, and they found the island finally. So eventually, yeah, that knowledge is gained. And there's probably ocean there, so they sail over it and find that it's ocean. So new routes are kind of set up everywhere, proving that those are indeed land and ocean, respectively. Although eventually this piece of land is discovered, they haven't gotten to Atlantis or Lemuria yet. Although one group, yeah, that group decided to settle Ireland, not really make an actual country. So until now, and they formed quite a quaint little society. And one of them decides to just see how far the ocean beyond them goes. So they sail and they sail and they sail, being occasionally blown off course by some winds until they discover this thing, which I do not know what that is yet. Oh, that's Canada. And they discover this island. Okay, and how long is this video? And they fill out their knowledge on the rest of it. So when they decide to try to go back, they're blown off course again until they discover this thing, which I believe is, yep, that is Atlantis. Mhm. Now they're not really, fighting each other just yet. Of course, one group decides to see how far. One group here decides to check out the Caucasus Mountains, and yeah, so yeah, eventually they decide to just see how far, south Eurasia goes until they discover another stretch of land here, and yeah, they take the limits of this for the limits of Eurasia for now. And they set up these relatively smallish countries. Mm-hmm. Oops. So yeah, now they were just, testing the waters, so to speak. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.